most famous masculine sculpture in the world has been dressed in underwear. There's no other way to say it except that it was the city's initiative to cover the intimate parts of the David. This endeavor finally took off at the Museo de l'Accademia, which prohibits entrance to persons under 14 years of age.
It all started with the Cover It Up competition, which was launched last year by the 16 residential areas of Florence. There had been many proposals to transform the sculpture into a more modest site that would be accessible to all. After several months of discussion, an unknown artist from Kansas was chosen to complete the project. The American artist had conceived a pair of marble boxers that would be welded around the sides of the David using a recent technology developed by researchers at the University of Minnesota. The technology allows the work to be completed in a short amount of time. The process is irreversible.
The initiative, which will not be without its controversies, was endorsed by the European Union. Europe is also supporting 65% of the cost of the transformation, which will be about €1.5 million.
The ethnic censure of artwork is not a novelty. The fresco nudes painted by Michelangelo on the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel in the Vatican at the beginning of 1500 were covered after the artist's death. The famous underwear made of leaves and veils were added onto the intimate parts later.
David's underwear, which naturally will also be added to the copies of the statue in front of the Palazzo Vecchio and Piazzale Michelangelo, implies that the intimate parts of other statues scattered throughout the city and within its museums will also be hidden. Yet this will not be the only initiative adopted for Florence's moral renewal. A team of researchers is already at work on Perseus in order to find a model for a body to attach to Medusa's head because the site is considered to be too gruesome. It is a scandal. Enough with these indecent exhibitions, the worst examples for the new generations, replied the Secretary for the Protection of the Italian Renaissance last Friday, in front of the national press that was united at the Palazzo Vecchio. The David, symbol of Florence throughout the world, will finally stop embarrassing citizens and tourists who are too often compelled to avoid passing through the Piazza Signoria, where one finds a copy of the statue, completely nude.
When I walk through Piazza della Signoria, I have to lower my head and pray, commented an elderly woman during the survey that the Pirate was conducting in the citizen streets at the beginning of the year. The decision will be a true and real revolution that other cities, including Rome, are taking into consideration, with growing approval from the public.
Lauren Riggs, Megan Mack, C10.